Hi friends, in this video we will discuss about another traversing technique. DFS stands for depth first search. In previous video I have already discussed BFS, that means breadth first search, and by using pseudocode we trace the graph. And in this, now let's start DFS. DFS stands for depth first search and BFS stands for breadth first search. These are the true traversing techniques of a graph. In BFS, as we know that BFS goes wider whereas DFS goes deep. Now let us apply DFS on this graph. As starting vertex is not given, so we can choose any from this graph as a starting vertex. So here I select 0 as a starting vertex, and that starting vertex, as DFS uses stack data structure, so that starting vertex gets inserted into the stack. That means here 0, and this is the output list. All the processed nodes are stored within this output list. After inserting that 0 into the stack, now add all the adjacent node of this 0 into the stack, as the adjacent node of this 0 are 1, 3 and 2. These are the adjacent node, so we can add them in any fashion. Suppose here the adjacent node of this 0 is 1. So add this 1. We move from 0 to 1. That 1 gets added into the stack. After adding that 1, then as 0 which is already processed, so add that 0 into the output list, and then after adding 1 into the stack, now try to explore that 1. For that 1 you have to again check the adjacent node. The adjacent node of this 1 is 0, but it has already marked as visited, so move to another unvisited adjacent node of this 1. So it's 3, so move to 3, and after adding 3 into the stack, you have to first mark that 1 as a processed and add it into the output list, and then its adjacent vertex, that means 3, gets added into the stack. After adding that 3, now try to add all the adjacent node of this 3, as the adjacent node of 3 is 1, but as it has already been present in output list, so leave it. Then the next adjacent of this 3 is 0, as it has present in output list and has already pushed into the stack, so leave that 0. Then the next unvisited adjacent node of this 3 is 4 as well as 2. So you can choose any from them. Here I choose 4. So then as 4 gets pushed into the stack and then 3 gets marked as a visited, and that 3 gets displayed into the output list. Now try to explore this 4. That means you have to add the adjacent node of this 4. As 3 has already been marked as a visited or is present in output list, so don't add it again. And as we reach to the dead end, that means there is no next node or no adjacent node, unvisited adjacent node is present for this 4. In that case, as we go deeper, as DFS says that you go deeper, here from 0 we move to 1, then to 3, then to 4. As this 4, from that 4 no further node is available, then backtrack. Here we use the concept of backtracking. Here it's an back edge. This is called as back edge. Backtrack from where we move, and that 4, whenever we perform backtracking, that the topmost element from stack gets popped and gets added into the output list and marked it as a visited. Then after popping, check whether any unvisited adjacent node of this 3 is present in this given graph, as the adjacent node for this 3 is 1, 0 and 4, but as they have already marked as a visited, and are present in output list and also in the stack. So try to explore unvisited adjacent node of this tree 3. So the unvisited adjacent node for these 3 is only 2. So that 2 gets added into the stack. So from 3 we traverse to 2. As that 2 gets added into the stack, then try to explore that 2. Means now you have to add all the adjacent node of this 2 into the stack, as 0 is adjacent node of a 2, but it has already marked and as well as it is present in output list as well as in stack. So leave it. Then there is no unvisited node for this 2. So pop that 2 from stack and add it to the output window. Then again backtrack. From 2 we backtrack to 3. Then again check whether any unexplored or unvisited adjacent node for this 3 is present. No. So remove that 3, pop that 3, then backtrack. As the link of backtracking is maintained in the stack, so after removing 3, backtrack to its previous location. So we backtrack to 1, remove that 1, check whether any unvisited vertex for that 1 is present. No. Then again backtrack to where? To at 0th location. So here backtrack to 0. Again check whether any unprocessed adjacent node of this 0 is present. No, as all the nodes are visited. So this is the valid DFS for a given graph. But this is not the only DFS traversal of a graph. We get numerous DFS of this graph. So this is not the only DFS traversal of a graph. If we go on another way, then we get another output. So then as a starting node is 0, then from 0 check unvisited adjacent node of this 0. So it's 2 as well as 3 and 1, but 1 we have already traversed in first case. So from 0 the adjacent node of 0 is 3. So first add that starting node into the output list. Then from 0 the adjacent node is here 3. So move to 3, add it to output list. Then try to add all the adjacent node of these 3 which are still unvisited. As from these 3, 2, 1 and 4, these are the adjacent nodes of 3. So we choose any from them. From 3, suppose here we visit to 4. Then that 4 gets added to the output list. Then check again any adjacent unvisited vertex is present for this 4, as 4 is the last one, that no further exploration of that 4 is possible. That means we reach to the dead end. Then from that move backtrack to the previous location. Then after backtrack move to 3, as 3 has already processed. So again check the adjacent unvisited node for this 3. Adjacent unvisited node, still this 1 and 2, they both are remaining. So we can choose any from them. Here if we choose 2, add that 2 in output list. As again check whether unvisited adjacent node for this 2 is present, as the only adjacent for this 2 is 0, but as it is already present in output list, so don't visit it again, backtrack to the previous location. So it's 3. Again check unprocessed adjacent node of this 3, still 1 is remaining. So move to that 1, add it to output list, and then check whether any unprocessed adjacent node of this 1 is present, as unprocessed as adjacent node of this 1 is 0 as well as 3, but as they both are already traversed, so backtrack to the previous location. We move to 3 again. Then as that 3 is already processed, then again backtrack to starting location means 0, as it has already processed and no unvisited for that 0 is remaining. So this is the second output for the same graph. Like this we get numerous output of the given graph. So this is the second valid result. If we choose, again the third one is, if we choose again 0 as a starting vertex, then from 0 we move to 2, then unvisited adjacent node of these 2 is, as 0 has already processed, so don't process it again, move to 3, it's an unvisited adjacent for this 2, then add that 3 to output list, then again from 3 add unvisited adjacent vertex of these 3, as there are 2, 1 as well as 4, and 0 is also adjacent node of these 3, but it has already marked as a visited because it is present in output list. So from this 1 and 4 you can choose any. Here we choose suppose 4. So from 3 move to 4, as 4 is the dead end, that means no adjacent unvisited node for this 4 is present, so backtrack, this is called as backage, backtrack from 4 to from where you reach to 4, that means here 3, then again check whether any unvisited adjacent node of this 3 is present. Yes, it's 1, then visit that 1. After that again check unvisited adjacent node for this 1. No, nothing is adjacent and nothing is unvisited adjacent node of this 1, so backtrack to 3 again, then as 3 has already processed, then backtrack to its previous location, so it's 2, as 2 has already, as all the adjacent node of 2 has already been processed and present in the output list, so again backtrack to 0, as it's a starting node and all the nodes of this 0 adjacent node are already explored, so this is the valid another output of the same graph. Like this we get numerous results of a same graph. Rather than selecting 0 as an starting vertex, you can select 3 as a starting vertex and try to find out all the adjacent node from this 3. Like this we get numerous outputs of a same graph. Now trace the same graph using this pseudocode. Then now we trace the same graph using this pseudocode, as we traverse the graph in DFS by two ways, one using iterative way and next one by using recursive approach. So first we traverse this graph by using iterative method. Here DFS accepts two input parameter as G is nothing but a graph itself, and ST, here ST indicates starting node, so here we consider a starting node as 0. Then in this pseudocode here visited, this is the visited array, it's an array named as visited, it's a boolean array, and as boolean so it takes a true or false value. So initial status of visited array, as the graph contains 5 number of vertices, so here for all the vertices the visited, which is a boolean array, initially it holds 0 or false. False indicates that still no node has visited yet, then so the initial status is 0 or false. Then S be the stack, here capital S indicates stack. DFS uses stack data structure, and ST indicates a starting node, here ST indicates a starting node. Then S dot push, you have to perform push operation and store starting node onto the stack. So S dot push ST, the starting node is here 0, so that 0 gets pushed into the stack, and then mark that ST means mark that 0 as true in visited array. Mark that st means starting node means 0 as a visited, that means true. The status from false gets changed to true. Then check the loop while s means stack is not empty. Yes, the current status is that s is not empty. Then v is equal to s dot top. So here v holds a value from s of top. S of top means stack of topmost location. So the top is at this location, currently 0 1 2 3 4 5. So it's a maximum size for stacks. Assume that 6 is a maximum size for this stack. Then s of top, you have to assign s of top. So the value from s of top is 0. Add that 0 or assign that 0 to v. So here v holds 0. Then s dot pop, you have to pop the topmost element from stack, and the popped element gets displayed in output list. S dot pop, now we have to remove that stack of topmost location and assign it to output list. Then for all the neighbors w of v, as here v stores a value 0. Now we have to add all the neighbors of this 0. So the neighbors of 0 from this graph, as the neighbors of 0 from this graph are 1, 3 and 2. These are the neighbors. So for all neighbors, here we consider this is suppose v, and the neighbor of this v is suppose this 1. So add that 1 w means if this 1 is not visited, yes, still it is false. The status of that w means 1 is false, still it is not visited. Then push that w means 1 into the stack, so that 1 gets pushed into the stack, and then mark w as true in visited array. W means that 1, w means 1 gets marked as true, that means it indicates that it's an visited element. Then end if, it will check whether any unprocessed adjacent node or neighboring node of this v is present. For this v, next adjacent vertex is here, suppose here in this graph is 3. So w is pointing to this 3. If w is not visited, w is currently at location 3, then check the status of that 3 in visited boolean visited array. As it is initially false, that means it has not yet visited. Then s dot push w. Now we have to push that w into the stack. So it gets pushed. Then mark that w means 3. Mark that 3 as true. Mark that 3 as true. That means now 3 has visited. Then again for all the neighbors w of v, as check is there any unvisited vertex remaining for this 0? Yes, it is 2. So w is pointing to that 2 from in a graph. Then if w means this 2 is not visited, then check the status of that 2 in visited array. As it is false, that means it is not visited yet. Then push that unvisited node w means 2 into the stack. So push that w means 2 gets pushed into the stack. Then after mark that w means 2 as a visited. Currently it is false, so mark it as visited, means status gets changed to true. End if, and again it will move to for loop. Check any neighbor is still remaining for that v, as all 1, 3 and 2 has already added or pushed into the stack. So it will terminate the for loop and move to this while loop. As the current status of this stack, as it is currently not empty, this stack is not empty, that means the condition is true. Once the condition is true, it will move to the loop v is equal to s of top. The value from this s of top is now 2. The same 2 gets assigned to v. So the value of v is now 2. Then s dot pop. Pop that topmost element. That means 2 gets popped, and when it gets popped, immediately it will display into the output list, and then top will automatically gets decreased by 1. Then for all neighbors w of v, so here v is currently at 2. Now this is v, and we have to add all the neighbors of this v. So the neighbors of this v is here w, then 3. As here the neighbor of these two is 0 and 3, but as 0, all neighbors w of v, so the neighbor of this v, that means 2, is 0 in graph. If w is not visited, then as w is 0, then check the status of that 0 in visited array. As it is not visited, no, it has visited. That's why the status is changed to true. So don't push that 0 again into the stack. Then again check next unvisited node for that v. So the next unvisited adjacent for these 2 is 3. Then check whether that w means 3, is w is not visited. W is pointing to 3. Check whether that 3 is not visited, but as it has already visited or stored within the stack, so leave it. Again check again, any neighbor of this v is still remaining, no, then pop that. Then again exit from for loop and move to control will move to this while loop. Each stack is not empty. Yes, currently there are 2 elements, still stack is not empty. So again s dot top, so the topmost element from this stack is 3. Assign that 3 to v. So here v holds a value 3. Then s dot pop, now we have to pop that 3 and add it to output list. Then top gets decreased by 1. After popping, top gets decreased by 1. Then for all neighbors w of the popped element 3, all the neighbors of this w. So here v is currently pointing to 3. Then the neighbors of this 3 are 0. But as 0 is not visited, but check the status in visited array. As that 0 has already processed, so leave it. Then the next neighbor of this v is 1. But as, then check if w is not visited, but as that 1 has already visited, that means its status is 1, so leave it. Next node adjacent to this 3 is 2. So w is pointing to this 2. Then check that w means 2. Is it not visited? But the status is 2, that means it has visited, so leave it. Again check whether any unprocessed or unvisited neighbor for this 3 is there. Yes, it's 4. This is now w, so from this v, the next unvisited adjacent node for this v is 4. So that 4 is still not visited because its status is 4. Because the status of this 4 is f, that means it is not visited. So push that w means 4. Push that w into the stack, so 4 gets pushed into the stack. Then mark that w means 4 as true in visited array. Marked it as true. Then again checked whether any unvisited neighbor for this that v is remaining, no. Then exit from for loop and move to the while again. Check the status of stack now. S is not empty. S means stack. Now currently the status of stack is currently it is not empty. Then V is equal to S of top. S of top, the value from stack of top is 4. Same gets assigned to V. So V is equals to 4. Then S dot pop. Remove that element and add it to output window. Then for all the neighbors W of V, V means 4. As here V is pointing to 4, then check whether any unprocessed neighbor for this 4 is there. There is only adjacent node of this 4 is this 3. But as the status of 3 as it is true, that means it has already present in output list or marked as a visited. So backtrack, then it will again check the status of stack. Still stack is not empty. Then S dot top means the element from stack of top gets assigned to V. So here it's 1. Then S dot pop. Pop that topmost element from stack. The popped element gets stored into the output list. Then for all neighbors W of V, V is currently now at 1. So check the adjacent neighbors. As the neighbor of this 1 is 0, but that 0 has already visited, so don't visit it again. Then the next adjacent for this 1 is 3. Check the status of that 3 in visited array. As it is true, that means it has already visited, so don't visit it again. Then no unvisited vertex is remaining for this 1, so again end for, it will move to while loop. Again check the status of stack. Its stack is not empty, but the current status of stack is currently no element is present in stack. That means stack is now empty, so it will move to the next statement after end while. So it's end. So this is how this graph gets traversed by using this pseudocode, using iterative approach. But here also it is not the only result. If we go in another way, then we get new list of the same graph. So this is how the working of this pseudocode against this graph. Now let's traverse the directed graph using depth first search. This is a directed graph, and as no starting vertex is given, so you can choose any random vertex as a starting vertex. So here I choose the starting vertex as A. This is a starting node, and start traversing from this A. As that A is a starting vertex, so add it into the output list. So in output list A gets added. After that, as it's a directed edge, so next you have to add adjacent node of this A. As the adjacent node of this A is B and D. These are the two adjacent nodes for this A. So you can choose any. Here I consider B. So then next it will move to B. From A it will move to B. Then from that B, choose the adjacent unvisited node for B. As it has two adjacent node F and C, you can choose any. Here if you choose, here I choose F. Then add that F into the output list. Then again check unvisited adjacent node for this F as A, but it has already marked as a visited, so don't visit it again. Then no one is now adjacent to F, so backtrack. This is an backtracking, or we called it as back edge. so it will move again to B. Then again check unvisited adjacent node of this B. Yes, C is there, so move to that C, add that C into output list. Then check unvisited adjacent node of this C, it's E and G. You can choose any. If here I select G, so control will transfer to that G, add that G to the output list. Then again from that G check unvisited adjacent node for this G, it's now H as well as E. So here I move to H first, that H gets added. Then again check unvisited adjacent node for this H, as it's A, but it is already added into the output list or visited, so don't visit it again. So backtrack, it's an back edge, control will transfer to G again. Then check unvisited adjacent node for this G, it's E, so the control will transfer to E, add that E into output list. Then from that E again check any unvisited adjacent node is there, it's B, but as it has already marked as a visited, so don't visit it again. F, but as it is already visited, so again backtrack, control will transfer to G. Then from G check whether any unvisited adjacent node is remaining, no, so again backtrack to C. Then again check for C, any unvisited adjacent node of C is there, no, again backtrack to B. From B check any adjacent unvisited vertex of B as C and F, but both are already visited, then don't visit them again. Again backtrack to E, A, from B again backtrack to A as it's a starting vertex. Then again check whether unvisited adjacent node of this A is there, yes, it's D, so add that D into the output list. Then check whether unvisited adjacent node for this D, it's F, but as F has already visited, so don't visit it again. Again backtrack, that's it. Here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 number of nodes are there in output list, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is the valid DFS traversal of given graph. Here also we can get number of outputs, number of DFS traversal of a same graph is possible. Again we will trace one more result of the same graph. So here again the starting vertex is D. From D first I have selected B. Now the next adjacent of this A is D, so the second output will be here. A is a starting node, so add that starting node A. Then the next adjacent node other than B is, suppose here D, so move to D, that D gets added to output list. Then the adjacent node for this D, it's F. We can also draw a DFS spanning tree. Here it's a DFS tree. Here I start from A, then the control will move to D, then after D the control will transfer to F. The control will transfer to F, so that F gets added to the output list. It also gets added to the DFS tree. Then from F check whether unvisited adjacent node of this F is present. There is only one adjacent node of this F, it's A, but as it has already marked, so don't visit it again. Then backtrack, it will move to D, again backtrack, it will move to A, again check whether any adjacent unvisited node for A is left, yes, it's B, so the control will again here, as D is already visited, F is already visited, so these are the backlinks. Then move to B, as B gets added to output list, it's B. Then that means we move to dead end. This is why it is called as DFS, means depth first search. It will move to the depth. Then it will move to now B. Then check adjacent unvisited node for this B. It's now F, but F has already visited, so now it's C. So the control will transfer to C. C gets displayed into the output list. Again, unvisited node, for unvisited adjacent node of this C, it's G, H and E. Now we move to H. Here we move to H, add that H from C, the control will move to H. Then check whether any adjacent unvisited node is for H. No, as A, but it has already visited, so backtrack. So from this it will again backtrack to C. From H backtrack, it's an back edge to C. Then for that C, again check unvisited adjacent node of C. Now it's G and E. You can choose either. Here I choose G, so move to that G, add that from C, it's G, add it into the DFS tree. Then check any unvisited vertex for this G is present. Yes, it's E. Now the control will transfer to E, that E gets visited. Again for that E, again checked any unvisited adjacent node for this E, as it is B, but it has already visited, so don't visit it again. It's F, next adjacent is F, but as it is already visited, so don't visit it again. That means backtrack to E. So this is how we get another valid result for the same starting node. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. All the 8 number of nodes are present, and this is the DFS tree. Again, you can choose any starting vertex. We can start from E also, similarly from H also, and from that starting vertex try to visit all the nodes using DFS, depth first search. So this is all about depth first search. I will give you some photos and try to apply both DFS as well as BFS traversing techniques on it, and comment your answers. Thank you.